Ladies and gentlemen, you're once again very much welcome to this function. That was the parade twice who has just marched in the parade, none other than Superintendent of Prisons, Josephine Nakakawa. Thank you very much, Parade twice and all the paraders for that. I now call upon the parade commander, the overall parade commander, to come up and take up his parade. Ladies and gentlemen, the overall parade commander that is coming up is none other than Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Eli Tumulami. You're most welcome. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the parade is now fully formed up. As earlier mentioned, the overall parade commander is Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Eli Tumulami, assisted by the parade twice Superintendent of Prisons, Josephine Nakakawa. The parade adjutant is Assistant Superintendent of Prisons, Simon Rubangakeni, and the parade RSM is Assistant Matron Nafuna Caroline. The band is led by Chief Grade 2 Moffat Dradema. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again for coming to attend this occasion where we are passing out a big number in the history of Uganda Prisons Service of 2018 recruit warders and wardresses. Parade Commander, get ready to welcome our Commissioner General of Prisons, with his salute. I will now take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to invite the Commissioner General of Prisons, Canon Dr. Johnson Byabashija, to come and receive his salute. You're welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I now want to welcome the representative of the IGP, AIGP Guloba Godfrey, to come up and take up his salute. Parade Commander, over to you. The representative of the IGP, once again, Afande, you're most welcome to this function. We are privileged to have you here. I now request the prison's jazz band to give us a short interlude. Jazz band, you can wait for a moment. Parade commander, you can now prepare to welcome the Deputy Chief of Defense Forces in a moment. Sir, the Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Peter Ereru, I welcome you to come up and take up your salute, sir. Deputy CDF, sir, you are most welcome once again. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Jazz band, you can give us an interlude.
So you know who I am. This is the chosen generation. Congratulations. We are the chosen generation. We've been called to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. Yes, we are the chosen generation. We've been called to show His excellence. All I require for life, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm what. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm what. I know who I am. Hey, I'm walking in power, I'm walking miracles, I live my life of favor. I know who I am. I'm walking in power, I'm walking miracles, I live my life of favor. Come on, 'cause I know who I am. Hey, come on. Hey. Hey. Do you know who you are? Come on, come on. Yes, we are the chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. Yes, we are the chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, all I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, when He says I'm what. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, when He says I'm what. I know who I am. I'm walking in power, I'm walking miracles, I live a life of faith.
Thank you very much, Prisons Jazz Band, for that beautiful piece. Let's now welcome Bwara Dance, still from Prisons. Karicho.
yeko naganja agenda mukubira mugambe fakula nzijeko nangamba yagala kumala kwogera na Sophie. Mungambire
Gentlemen, that was an entertainment from northern Uganda. Give them a very big hand clap. And incoming, we are going to witness yet another traditional dance. Uganda is blessed with diversity. In every part of Uganda, you find a different kind of music that is very entertaining. And right now, before us, we are going to be entertained with a Kitaguriro dance from Western Uganda. And this kind of dance is done so energetically that if you've not had a good meal, you may not complete it. And are going to show us how they do it. All these groups are coming from Uganda Prison Service. And our dear guests, in case you have any function, don't hesitate to approach us to come and entertain your guest, of course, at a small cost.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thank you very much, Echitagurro. Thank you so much for that beautiful piece. We are privileged to have been joined by the Honorable Chief Justice Alphonse Owinyidoro. Honorable, you're most welcome to this function. Parade Commander, His Lordship, Honorable Chief Justice Alphonse Owinyidoro, you're most welcome to this occasion. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Let's welcome once again a piece of entertainment from the prisons. As they come, we want to recognize the presence of the Vice Chairperson of the NRM, Alhaj Moses Chigongo. You're most welcome, His Lordship. We want to recognize the presence of the Vice Chairman of the NRM, Alhaj Moses Chigongo. He's here with us. You're most welcome and thank you for honoring our invitation. We also recognize the presence of our Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, Retired General Kahinda Otafire. You're most welcome, Honorable Minister. We also recognize the presence of the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, Honorable General David Muhozi. You're most welcome. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Let's have the entertainment.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Let us give them a very big hand clap. Some people think prison work is the most stressful, but for us in prisons, we think differently. It is the most interesting because we are dealing with fellow human beings who are rational. Ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, we are welcoming still our staff who are going to entertain us with the Uganda traditional dance. And in there, they're coming. Like I told you, Uganda is blessed with diversity. And in every part of the country, you'll find very entertaining music and cultural practices. Once again, dear guests, you are very much welcome for this occasion. As we move towards the point where the chief guest will be coming in, we have to thank you for the patience you have so far shown as we continue to get entertained by different types of music. Please, the culture troupe, we don't have all day. Take your chance when you still have it. Please get set and get started. Thank you very much for that very wonderful presentation. Let us give them a very big hand clap. Yes. In Uganda Prison Service, at the end of our duties, we settle somewhere and refreshing and manage stress. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another group coming in. Yes, we have another group coming in. At this juncture, I would like also to recognize the presence of the technical advisor, Jealous. You are very much welcome to this occasion. We also would like to recognize the Prisons Authority. You are very much welcome also to this occasion. Your presence matters a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see yellow, these are staff that are going to play the role of prisoners. They are going to act. They are not prisoners. They are staff who are going to act. What happens to prisoners when we bring them in our units? So these are members of staff. What kind of activities in the area of rehabilitation do we subject them to? So these are members of staff, they are not prisoners. That disclaimer is hence put forward. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been witnessing a presentation whereby some staff have played the role of prisoners, and we've been seeing various activities taking place in rehabilitation. Vocational training is one of the key activities that the prisoners undergo as part of their rehabilitation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now take this opportunity to recognize Honorable Rosemary Nyachkongoro, Chairperson Defense and Internal Affairs Committee of Parliament. Thank you for coming. We also recognize Ms. Sharon Nyambe Lesa, Country Head, UNODOC. We recognize Lieutenant General Joseph Masanyufu, Permanent Secretary, Internal Affairs. We recognize the presence of Ambassador Charles Sentongo, Chief of Protocol, Minister of Foreign Affairs. We also recognize the presence of Ambassador Joseph Ochwet, Director, External Security Organization. Lieutenant Colonel Charles Oluka, Director, Internal Security Organization. Thank you all for coming to join us. We recognize the presence of Major General George Igumba, Chief of Personnel and Administration, UPDF. We recognize the presence of Commissioner of Police Moses Kafero, Commandant Bwebaja, Police Staff College. We recognize the presence of Commissioner of Police Fred Enanga, the spokesperson, UPF. We recognize Ms. Namugenyi Hawa Ndeke, Deputy RCC Central. We recognize the presence of Mr. Orech Martin from Prisons Authority. He's a member. And we also recognize the presence of Mrs. Sewanyana, a member of Prisons Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for honoring our invitation and coming to be with us on this occasion. We now have the prisons taekwondo and acrobats.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our taekwondo group. You know, our kind of work requires a lot of skills in self-defense because the inmates we are having sometimes can turn violent, and as a result, our staff must be able to protect themselves against that kind of violence. So the demonstration you have just seen is some of the skills that we keep our staff with so that they can be in position to defend themselves against any kind of aggression. Thank you very much. Let us give them a very big hand clap.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to make a correction. Colonel Charles Oluka, Director, Internal Security Organization, you're most welcome. We also want to recognize the presence of Colonel Justus Rukundo, who is the Commandant of Oliver Tambo. You're most welcome, sir. We take this honor to welcome our Assistant Commissioner Generals of Prisons, Mr. David Sarasata. You're most welcome. He's in charge of production and engineering. We want to welcome Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons, Eri Muhumuza, in charge policy planning and research. You're most welcome, sir. Mr. David Ahimisibwe, Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons, in charge of human resource. You're most welcome, sir. Mr. Moses Kakunguru, Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons. You're most welcome, sir. Mr. Emiku Samuel, Undersecretary, Finance and Administration. You're most welcome, sir. Mr. John Bosco Tumwebaze, Commissioner of Prisons, Assistant Director, Administration. You're most welcome. Mr. Milton Tio, Acting Director, Correctional Services. You're most welcome, sir. And I want to take this special honor to also recognize Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons, Samuel Akena, who has been the chairperson of the organizing committee of this function. Sir, we want to specially thank you for this organization. And he's in charge of special duties under the Office of the Commissioner General of Prisons. You're welcome, sir. I now take this opportunity to welcome the Prisons Jazz Band to give us an interlude.
Keep
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the jazz band. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize the commandant of the Prisons Academy and Training School, who is my immediate supervisor, none other than Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Brenda Sana, who has brought us here today. Thank you so much, Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Brenda Sana, for the good work. We also recognize the religious leaders who are here, can stand up for recognition. We have the Reverend Father, the Imam, and the other Reverend. I also want to thank the committee members that worked with Assistant Commissioner General of Prisons, Samuel Akena. All of you as a team worked so hard, and we surely recognize you for that good work. Thank you very much. We welcome Echitaguriro to entertain us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ekitaguliro. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, the parade formed up before us is led by the overall parade commander, Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Eli Tumuramye, who is assisted by the parade twice Superintendent of Prisons, Josephine Nakakawa, assisted by the parade adjutant, Assistant Superintendent of Prisons, Simon Rubangakene, the parade RSM, Assistant Matron Nafuna Caroline. In charge band, earlier I had erred. I'm correcting this. He's Chief Grade 1, not Chief Grade 2, Moffat Dradema. Thank you very much. The jazz band.
Husbands and wives, all thy children shall reap what you sow. This continent is home. Continue.
Let us give another big hand clap to our jazz band. Yes, Ugandan Prison Service, we have one of the best jazz bands in the land. And on such occasions, it's befitting to have them here to entertain us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are readying ourselves for the arrival of the chief guest. And as we continue waiting, we would like, if you are seated near somebody whom you don't know, introduce yourself and get to know one another. But at the same time, let us maintain social distancing because COVID is still in place. I would like to thank the jazz band for playing that revolutionary song, because all the benefits we are having in this country came on the wheels of a revolution launched by the NRM. Thank you very much.
Tumekuwa hatari leo.
Jazz band. We are very glad the chief guest is arriving any minute from now. I take this opportunity to welcome all of you distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. When the fountain of honor arrives, of course, we shall be asked to rise and receive our chief guest. After the chief guest has arrived, we shall sing the anthems. From the anthems, there will be inspection of parade. After parade inspection, we shall have prayers and then the march past, both in slow and quick time. As you can see for yourselves, the convoy is jetting in. There, he arrives. I request we all stand. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Towahaburwa, has arrived at Kololo Ceremonial grounds to grace the occasion of the pass out.
As the whole aim of UPS is to correct, to safeguard the offenders and then correct them, rehabilitate them, and send them back to the society when they are new people. Ladies and gentlemen, to qualify to be recruited or to be admitted in the academy to join as a recruit, these people you see here had the following qualifications, or in case their qualifications, which my colleague is going to come in and elaborate in the future. In case one wants to join, you have to have such qualifications.
Thank you very much. Uganda Prison Service first and foremost, to become a staff of Uganda Prison Service, you must be a Ugandan, and that means you must be a holder of a valid national identity card of age. Must have no criminal record. Indeed, we are recruiting this staff to take charge of the people sentenced, and therefore we need people with a clean record, and they should not have committed any offense that we are convicted of. One must have recommendation letters from local leaders or place of origin from LC 1, LC 2, and LC 3. The course duration is a minimum of 9 months. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that our staff, as you look at them, there is a very serious nationalistic outlook in that the recruitment process went to every district and got at least people from every district. I can tell you that every district here is represented and every tribe is represented. Because as Uganda Prison Service, one of our core values is to ensure that transparency prevails in all whatever we do. The course description will be given by my colleague because she has been very much in charge at the center of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the basic course of warders and wardresses which these trainees have undertaken is a course that seeks to inculcate in the recruits or in the trainees the fundamental ideals in the management of offenders in UPS. So as they are getting trained, there is an insight into the vision and mission and the objectives of UPS. They get to know a lot. They get to be told a lot about what UPS is all about. The mission, the vision, the objectives, the values, and the curriculum also empowers them to have the basic skills and knowledge that they need to be transformed from being civilians to officers that can do professional prisons work. In other words, to officers that can be able to safely and securely keep the offenders in the units. Ladies and gentlemen, the specific objectives of this course, which they do, include to produce prisons officers who fully appreciate the prison's organizational culture. As you are aware, it is very difficult to work in an organization if you cannot or if you don't know very well the culture of the organization. So these trainees here fully understand the culture of the prison service, the smartness, the professionalism, and all those values. And
be oiled the way the judiciary has been oiled. And we shall be talking of delivery of justice. Your Excellency, you gave us several tasks. My interest is mainly in the 1 million bales target you gave us by approximately using it on 44,000 acres. My Excellency, recently we acquired 8,000 acres for cotton growing from the sub-county of Orom in Kitugu. Kotido district has also availed us 10,000 acres for cotton growing. Kalenga is also on record. They are also threatening to give us some 10,000 acres. Your Excellency, with the equipment which you are supporting us to acquire for mechanization, it's no longer a question of if we shall meet the target. It is a question of when. Because you have committed staff, technical human resource, and we have the will to meet that target so that we can participate in the social economic transformation of this country. Your Excellency, permit me to give a word of advice to the graduates. If His Excellency pleases to pass you out today, we should go to your institutions and stick to the core values of the Uganda Prison Service. The values of discipline, professionalism, integrity, oneness, and you will succeed in your career. You will grow and grow to reach these ranks. Divert from that one, you know, the prisoner's discipline, it will catch up with you. Finally, Your Excellency, the members of prison service, you see here, are very loyal to government. They are very loyal to you as commander-in-chief. They have demonstrated this with ideological clarity in the recent past. They are going to continue supporting you as we endeavor to steer this country to the middle income. We are determined, we are hardworking, we are ideologically very clear. The sky is the limit. Your Excellency, thank you very much for listening to me. Probably I should have also thanked the commandant and his directing staff for producing this caliber of trainees. I know what they have trained in. They are well trained. And they can handle any thuggery that is thrown at them. They can handle effectively. Thank you very much. May I take this opportunity to invite the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, Major General Tad Kahindo Tafile, come and give his remarks and invite you to address the graduates. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri and Wardresses, I don't have to go through the litany of the tribulations of the service. The Commissioner General has already enumerated problems of congestion, lack of transport, and other attendant issues you are well aware of. However, we are grateful for this occasion. Before I invite you to address the graduates who are graduating in a very short time, I would like to remind them that if they are welcome to the prison service, our prison service, unlike what it was in the past, is no longer penitentiary, but a correctional service. I want to remind them that nobody is born a criminal. The disposition to deviant behavior is a result of environmental and cultural circumstances, and sometimes mental challenges. So I want you to treat these inmates as human beings, first and foremost, victims of circumstances. Render them the dignity they deserve as human beings, while you are tough with them as people who are serving correctional sentences. The prison service and myself and my colleagues has decided that we should endeavor to concentrate on behavior change through therapeutic and occupational therapy Hence, would like to increase the facilities for training in skills so that those who leave these institutions go out better citizens than when they come in. We want to give them a second chance in life. Therefore, Your Excellency, we've decided that we should expand our workshops, not only do tailoring and carpentry, but also want to venture into shoemaking, armed forces apparel, etc., computer training, mechanical workshops, etc., because we have, fortunately, some of these skills within the prison service and would like to put them to good use. Allow me to reiterate what the the Commissioner General has said, that our judicial service, fortunately, I was Minister for Justice just a while ago, is still lacking, inadequate. Not because they are not hardworking, but because the ratio of judicial officers to the population amenable to crime is incompatible. We have few judicial officers and few court facilities. I therefore beg that you intervene and ask the Minister of Finance to increase our capacity to do ICT court processes, so that instead of prisoners walking to court, court can be conducted while the inmates are in their place of abode and the judges are in their chambers. That will reduce the need for walking from where this individual prison to the court premises, so that wherever we can conduct court, where we have capacity to install ICT facilities, we conduct court on video. Wherever we can't, then we try.
The CDF, IGP, officers and personnel of the Uganda Prison Services, and all the invited guests. First of all, I want to congratulate the Minister of Internal Affairs and the Commissioner General of the Prison Services for reinforcing the prison services with more manpower, trained manpower. Congratulations. Africa is going through a conceptual problem you can hear of insecurity and collapse of state institutions in a number of African countries. The terrorists are taking over parts of the African countries. In Mali, in Burkina Faso, I hear in Cameroon also, Benin, I think also Togo, Nigeria, Central African Republic, in Congo here, in northern Mozambique, in Somalia, you get this phenomenon of breakdown of state authority. I've been telling colleagues that this is mainly a conceptual problem. The conceptual problem is, how do you provide security when you have got a small economy? I normally tell my colleagues that can't a poor man guard his house? Can you say, because I'm poor, I can't guard my home? I think that is a failure of analysis. This is the very problem the NRM faced when we came into government. The economy was totally down, but we had to find a solution to guard Uganda, even with a small economy. And the army has done it. The UPDF, NRA have done it. Uganda is, we were never called United Nations to come and defend us. Never. We had problems from all over the place: Sudan, Congo, Kenya at one time. We had a problem on the Rwanda border with the regime of Habyarimana, but we defended Uganda by ourselves. Not only did we defend Uganda by ourselves, but when it became necessary, we contributed to security in other places. The terrorists had taken over Mogadishu. We went and chased them out of Mogadishu. We are now dealing with ADF. ADF had taken over that part of Eastern Congo. You can imagine people, those Congolese people apparently are hard-working people. They grow cocoa. Apparently they grow a lot of cocoa. Even our people in Bunduwijo had copied them. They also grow cocoa. And what ADF were doing, they would wait for the crop. When it is ripe, they come and chase the owners and harvest the cocoa and sell it. Can you imagine? That's how ADF have been getting money. Apart from taking minerals and things like that. So, with the army, we were able to analyze and find a way of how to provide security even when the economy is small, was small. I think the problem is that we have not sufficiently spread that doctrine to the other sectors. Even myself, I have not closely come in to interact with the police force, and inadequacy is very pervasive in Africa. when we were fighting Idi Amin, I went to a meeting somewhere, and they were saying, oh, we should collect money and get Israelis to kill Idi Amin. Imagine that they should get money to hire Israelis, because Israelis are the ones who know how to fight, to kill Idi Amin. I said, you people, you must be something. We shall fight Idi Amin ourselves. Why do you want to hire anybody to fight for you? Now, I will get time and meet the prison services, the prison authority, and the leaders, and we talk. I know, for instance, the prison services have got a good building unit, a construction unit. I think they have. Yeah. Because the other day I visited, the other year, I visited some nice houses which you built there in Ruzira. I visited them. So then, if you know how to build houses, why don't you build more prisons? By yourselves, so that the Minister of Internal Affairs would look for money to buy the materials, to buy the cement, buy the steel bars, and then you construct the prisons. I have not really concentrated on that, but when we meet, I will ask you that question. Why can't we build quickly those, so that the only because the problem you have, the army had that problem. They had a disease of what they call contractors. Have you heard of those people? Contractors. Contractors. Contractors were about to kill Uganda. And when I analyzed for the army people, first of all, many of these contractors in Uganda are poor people themselves. Bavu, katomwavu, gowadde omulimu gw'okuzimba. This mwavu, this poor person, does not have his own money, does not have his own capital. So when you give him a job to construct, he goes to the bank, these commercial banks. He goes to the commercial bank and borrows money at 24% to come and buy the materials. Secondly, because he's a private sector person, he wants profit of 20%. So already you have got 44% additional money. Nothing to do with the building, which you want, because you want a building. But this character is going to, first of all, get money to pay the banks from which he has borrowed. And then he wants a big profit of 20%. Then, because it's private sector, there is, what do you call that tax? VAT, something called VAT, 18%. So, 44 plus 18, I think it comes to 62%. Then the fellow, these contractors of yours, they are poor people. The Banyankore say, Kosha Womunaku, Ngomene. When you ask something from a poor man, you are making yourself poor forever. If you never accept anything from a poor man, even if he gives it to you, say, please, thank you very much. You solve your problems first. So because he doesn't have his own capacity, he hires transport from other people now. So that adds another maybe 10%. So instead of building a facility for 1 billion shillings, you are now going to build it for 1.8 billion. The 0.8 is from those non-construction activities, nothing to do with the building. 0.8 is the profit of banks, commercial banks, profit of private people, tax of government, transport costs. So instead of out of 2 billion shillings, instead of getting 2 structures, you now have only 1. So this is a big mistake. If it is a government company, if it is, you call it, you know, these civil servants, I don't know where they learn whatever the way they do things. There's what they call it. I think they call it direct labor. This is what they call it. When you do the work yourself, the department. Force. Vote on account. Whatever it is. That one. But the point is, okwekorera omulimo, to do the work yourself, so that the only cost we are struggling with, that we should be struggling with, to get enough prisons, enough even accommodation for the staff themselves. We should be struggling with the money to buy the materials. This is what we should be struggling for. To buy the cement, buy the mtayimbwa, get the transport, the fuel to transport. That's what we should be struggling with. And by the way, this is not, I don't know, you like working with foreigners, but some of these foreigners hide the knowledge from you. The American Army is the one which built the railways of the country. Forget about their own houses. Even the railway of the country. Like this railway which were hawking around. Who will build the railway? Who will build the railway? In the US, it was built by the army, the railway of the country. Forget about the houses, of their own houses. So, I had not concentrated on this. I dealt with it in the army. I would like you to look at this issue. To come here and kutonzya izo banyankwere bose banange nga tufudde katunakola tutya about buildings ebizimbe enyumba amaju. Maybe we'll put it in Runyankore, it will be better. When we have got builders, who are the civil engineers here? Do we have some? Who are here? Stand up and we'll see you how you look like. Come forward here on the Mzindaru. Come and tell us. Genda wali. There's another engineer. Come, all of you come. Go on the microphone there. Tell us what qualifications you have for building houses.
Your Excellency.
Your name and all that.
I'm called the Engineer Henry Tiverongwa. The Assistant Commissioner in charge of Engineering, Uganda Prison Service. I'm a registered engineer.
You qualified as?
I'm a civil engineer stroke electrical. I have a diploma in electrical engineering, a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, and master's in project management.
Oh, thank you. That's Tiverona now. You stand a bit. The other one?
Your Excellency, I'm Samuel Mukasa, Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Estates and Engineering.
What are your qualifications?
I have a bachelor's in civil, civil engineering, bachelor's in engineering.
Bachelor's?
Yes.
Okay. And the other one? That's Mukasa.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm Senior Superintendent of Prisons, Subuga Hannington. I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering.
Civil engineering?
Electrical engineering, sir.
Electrical?
Yes, sir.
Kata wasajja wano balina ettima. A tima in Luo is called nyeko. Tie nyeko matek kan. Because they know how to build, but they are keeping quiet. When people are crying for why can't you build these houses? What is the problem?
Your Excellency, we've started on that work, even the prisons. We are now building our prison in Ntungamo. We are doing a prison in Rukunjiri.
Katonda yebazibwe bannange. So I am now preaching to the choir. Thank you so much. Go and sit down. So please, Uganda prisons, Uganda police force, let us stop this business of crying for more prisons, more houses for the staff. Let's build them ourselves. Let the demand be, give us more building materials. Give us more money for more cement, for more mitayimbwa, and maybe we can recruit more civil engineers, and more, that should be the direction. So that, and actually you can even earn money from the public. You can these Chinese companies, which you see here, taking a lot of money from here, all these Chinese road companies, originally, many of them were army companies, army construction companies. It is when they finished building all the houses in China that the government told them, you go abroad and get for jobs from the sleeping ones. All of them, Norinco, what? Some of them I know, some I don't know. But there's one they call China Railway something. These were all army companies. Chinese army companies. We are the ones, you are the ones who have got more capacity to do. After this, you can go and even earn money from the public. Build for the public. And they pay you. And not only here in Uganda, you can also go and see others who are sleeping somewhere else. Now, that is on the prisons and on the houses for accommodation. But one of the techniques which I advised the UPDF, they didn't follow up very much. I don't know why. Not wholly. My advice was, you people, the country you have taken over is a poor country. Economy had collapsed. Economy has come up a bit now. It's bigger by almost 30 times. But still, we still have many things to do. But your manpower, your soldiers have human problems. They have their children who need education. They have medical issues. And they need to do something in their homes when they retire. So although they are getting smaller salaries, if you build army schools in every barracks, you build an army school, and the children study free. The government pays the teachers, and the children of the soldiers, not their relatives, not their uncles, and no, just their biological children of the soldiers. They study free. First of all, primary, later on secondary. Maybe at university we may have some issues there, because it may not be easy to build a university specifically for army only. But if I am a prison warder, and although I'm getting a low salary, my child studies free in a primary school. He studies free in a secondary school. I'm getting free medical care. The wife is getting free medical care. The one who is getting big salary, how much better is he? How much better off is he than me? Because my children have gone to school, educated by the government. The government facility. So they built secondary schools, primary schools in the barracks. They even had army secondary schools in Masindi and other places. But I think because of the general, Erueru, is it Erueru? Come and tell us what's happening to army secondary schools. Because that was the concept. The concept was, let the children of the soldiers study free. Why does the soldier, what do we need to educate a child? We need teachers and classrooms. And the army can build a school in every barracks, primary school. Secondary school, you can build one per division area. And the government pays the teachers. Teachers are paid by the government. Government is building the classrooms. So what is the money for? The money you soldiers, you pay, what is it for? So what's happening to my idea? Is this still there or it's dead?
Your Excellency, we are still working on it.
Oh, that means it died a bit. When you hear words like work in progress.
Your Excellency, we are working on it, to be honest.
Now, what is the man talking about?
We are building, first of all, brigade headquarters. Every brigade must have a headquarter. And in each brigade, we have a hospital, we have a school, we have all the facilities that we require for the soldiers, including their families. We have schools in Bondo. We have built a school there. We have a school.
What happened to the original school, the ones that I had built in Akasongola, Masindi?
Your Excellency, those ones are doing very well. This one's in Akasongola, this one in Masindi, Mbarara, of course, Jinja. You go to Rubongi, we have a school. We have been a school in
Oh, so you mean you want to bring them to spread them to lower levels?
Yes, we first of all want to start with the brigades.
Okay.
Then we shall come to battalions.
Okay.
Yes.
Kade, now my morale has gone up now.
Thank you, sir.
Because I thought because what I did, I started with the 4 schools, secondary schools, regional. The one of Jinja, Nakasongora, Masindi, Rubongi, and Mbarara. These have graduated people who are now big people. They have graduated, people who are now big people. But now, I think what he's talking about is later on I gave them instructions to go down to the brigades, which is very good. So, if the prison services takes on the job of educating free the children of soldiers in their own schools and medical care, then even if I'm getting the small salary, my future is secured because my children have got education by the government. Now, the only problem I had was the university, because in the university, some are doing women's studies, others are doing degree in conflict resolution, another one. So I think I advise the army people, you select a few best courses for the university. We can even have an army university or an armed forces university shared by the armed forces, where we have only a few courses. Not if you want for women's studies, you go somewhere else. But if you are looking for chemistry, for biology, for physics, for math, we can even have the lawyers. Lawyers also somehow, they say they're useful. I'm not very sure, but we can have something for lawyers, and then we can have the other old subjects, history, geography, and so on. Now, if you want the other ones, they keep adding on women's studies, conflict resolution. Somebody has got a degree in conflict resolution. Then I say, what will you do when conflicts are over? If you want those, you can go somewhere else. But a university, like an armed forces university, like that, can help for our servicemen even when they are getting a small salary. Then finally, the other issue was, okay, when you retire, what will happen? You better have something at home. And that's how we started this Wazalendo Circle. There was a Wazalendo Circle. A circle where the soldiers get money, go and do something at home, pay back already by cutting from their salaries. And this one the government can support. It's easy to support. And you can put in obkwakurizo. Conditionalities, somebody will not get a loan of that type unless he has served for maybe 15 years. So that we don't have, you come tomorrow, the following day you are going for a loan. No, hold on. So go collect whatever work. So, a poor man can defend his home, provided you know what to do. So therefore, I appeal to I will get time and meet the prison authority and also the police authority so that they brief me what is happening on the welfare and future of the servicemen, so that when I work for the government, I am sure that my future is also secure, at least as far as the basics are concerned. And I don't have to worry here, worry there. So with these few words, now with that approach, then we shall not have the other fear. Because the other fear is that because you are tying the security service to be provided to the country, because all these people are providing different security services. The medical are providing a medical service. The religious leaders are providing a spiritual service. The agricultural people, they are providing their service. So we, the security people, are providing a security service, or in this case, a correctional service. But in order to do that, I've been telling them, why Somalia is a big country. You can imagine Somalia is three times the size of Uganda. And if you ask them, how many soldiers do you have? They have a few soldiers up to now, all these years. Why can't you train enough people to defend the country? Because they are linking the issue of defending the country with the issue of salary. We cannot have enough soldiers unless we have got money to pay them good salary. But how will you pay them when you don't have a government? The government is not controlling the country. Where will you get the money from? We, the NRA, for 17 years, we were fighting no pay. From 1971 up to 1987. Well, no pay. Who is there to pay you? The Bayankole say, Tifcha mtuma, ngwenju yasya, atumunyarire mbyami. A man who was not very clever, he was told that your house is on fire. And then he said, oh, you people, you prepare the bed for me to sleep. Sleep where? Your house is on fire. So, we had to fight with no pay. 17 years, from 1971 to 1987. All we needed was food, the gun and the bullet. Clothes were optional. If you got them, you put them on. If you didn't go, the buttocks stay out. Somebody who is half naked can kill you also. That's how we're able to build an army for the country. I trained 28 boys in Mozambique. Some of them were recruited by Otafire here, by Mbabazi, and others I recruited them directly. 28 boys in Mozambique, 1976 to 1978. There were other groups who had trained, but they had not come out well. But these ones, 28 boys, are the ones who built NRA. Because when the war started, in 1978, I came with them up to the border, to the front line. I arrived on the front line on December 23rd, 1978. And we started recruiting some Bachiga Bapakasi workers in Tanzania on the other side. So you come and fight for your country. We trained them. By the time we crossed into Uganda, on the 11th of February, 1979, we had 200 already. 28 had produced 200. Then we went to a place called Ngarama. Ngarama is in Isingiro now. Put a camp there. By the time Amin collapsed in April 11th, we had 9,000 fighters. So that's what I've been telling you. Some of our friends, why can't you build capacity? These were not being paid. Because we were telling them, who is to pay you? Your country is on fire. You defend it, and then we shall pay will come when it is ready. So in your case, we are not saying work for no pay. Work, the pay is there. Maybe it is not much, but there are ways in which we can secure your future in cost-effective ways. And because we are not fearing numbers, then we can recruit enough numbers. We can recruit enough numbers. What is the the prison ratio, population? You don't have to, you send a smaller person. Get a smaller person to run. One? Oh, you tie it with the prisoners? Okay. Okay. Now you hear? So there we have got a yardstick that we should have, because normally police ratio, we say one policeman for 500 population. So Uganda now needs 80,000 policemen. We have now gone to about 50,000, I think. So we need to get these numbers, but with a clear strategy of how a poor man can defend his house. With that one, we can move. So here, the Commissioner General is saying one prison personnel for 3 prisoners. Since you have got about 60,000, you need at least 20,000. And now you are somewhere above 10,000, 12,000. So I appeal to you learn my technique. Because I am here, I'm here. You are not, you don't have, it's not a story they are writing about me, I am telling you what I did. In person, not a book you are reading, I'm standing here. How I built an army from zero to an army which defeated the national army and which is now an international army, because I'm here. So you don't have to pay a consultant. If you have got some, if you want money, if you want to pay a consultant, I'm here, you can come and pay me. So please, listen to the success story and use it. Don't go on wasting time with that method of contracts. That's a corruption. That's a disorientation. That's how countries can't defend themselves, and they need to call the UN. Calling the UN is a vote of no confidence in yourself to come and defend you. So with these few words, it is now my honor to read the passing out recruit warders and wardresses instrument. Dr. Yawasheza was worried whether I was satisfied or not, but I'm totally satisfied. And I congratulate them. They were very smart. Although I don't see any who was missing the step. I didn't see any. So I congratulate the Commissioner General. I congratulate the commandant. What is her name? Of the Uganda Prison Services. Signed.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Once again, let's put our hands together for this noble situation. Your Excellency, all of them did well, but some exceedingly did well and qualified for award. And I will request you to witness the award of the 5 most outstanding recruit warders and wardresses in different disciplines. Parade Commander, Chikundi cha zawadi.
Your Excellency, I take this honor to present to you the best trainees, the best performers, and I start with the overall best trainee, now passed out, recruit order number 17708, Warder Alyong Marshal Jude. Your Excellency, Major Jude was outstanding in leadership. He was consistently smart while on training. He performed excellently well in academics. He's very good at parade. He's confident and is good at self-expression. He's self-motivated and is ideologically upright. That is the overall best. Alyong Marshal Jude. Your Excellency, the second one I will present is the best in academics, male category, number 19531, Warder Warenge Fred. Your Excellency, Warenge Fred is very disciplined and performed overall best in academics among all. He was number 1 among the 2018. He's disciplined, smart, and also with a very good self-expression. The third, Your Excellency, is the best in academics female category, number 18413, Wardress Chemtai Flomena. She was the best in academics overall in the female category. Performed very well. She's also very smart, good in parade, and very confident. The fourth person, Your Excellency, is the best in parade, male category, number 18378, Warder Nyanga Eric DC. Your Excellency, Nyanga is very smart. He's highly disciplined. He's very swift and meticulous in his actions. He responds very fast to commands and is always very alert. That is Nyanga Eric DC, the best in parade male category. The fifth, Your Excellency, is the best in parade female category, number 18816, Wardress Gussie Christine. Your Excellency, Gussie Christine is a very smart trainee, has been a very smart trainee, very disciplined, also very swift and meticulous in her actions, very quick response to commands, and always very alert. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for presiding over this award ceremony.
Thank you so much. Let's put our hands together for Your Excellency and the awardees. Your Excellency, we are coming towards the end of this function. The Commissioner General of Prisons has prepared lunch for all of us here after the session. And at your wish, sir, would wish to have a sample.
Hold on, young people, hold on. Just stay there. Some of those young people, they did well in school, but they lacked school fees. I didn't ask the first one, but the second one, the one from Bulamburi. He had passed what they call PEM, which means physics, economics, and mathematics. But he lacked money. The first one, I didn't ask him, the first one. There was the first one. Who was the first one? Mm-hmm. What did you study? You tell us on the relay here. Where and what? Come and tell us. Because sometimes these children who do well, sometimes it is because of education. They learn quickly because they are already.
Jambo, Your Excellency.
No.
Apparently, I did mathematics, economics, and geography at Navia SS Lugazi. I got
at A level?
At A level, sir.
Mm.
I got 9 points. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough tuition to push me ahead.
You had passed mathematics or what?
I had passed economics and geography.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you should also take interest in there because sometimes they can be helped to continue. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Parade Commander. Let us put our hands together for the parade commander for the wonderful job. He has handed over to his 2IC, Superintendent of Prisons, Josephine Nakakawa. In a special way, we recognize the presence of the parents of those who have been awarded gifts today here. They qualified to come and be part of here because of the excellency of their children in performance. We thank you so much for having such brilliant and disciplined children. Your Excellency, today's ceremonies were led by a team of 3. Let me let my colleagues introduce themselves.
Your Excellency, my name is Hasio Adams. I'm a Principal Social Rehabilitation and Reintegration Officer. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I am Senior Superintendent of Prisons Mary Centenary and the Deputy Commandant of the Prisons Academy and Training School.
Your Excellency, Frank Baina, my name is Commissioner of Prisons in charge of corporate affairs. In a special honor, you are invited to the Commissioner General's lunch served in the tent next to below me here.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for His Excellency who has blessed this occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to a lunch which is prepared by the Commissioner General of Prisons, and he will lead the guests for the lunch. Thank you very much all. Thank you for coming, for blessing this occasion. The ushers, please be at your places to guide our guests on where they will be.
I have a message for you. God has sent me to you. Listen, them say, them tell you, say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you, say now you him choose in 1 month, in 1 week. You will sing a new song in 2 days, lesser than you will hear. Congratulations.